Yeah.
Wow. Hi. I'm Kent. Nice to meet you.
Right. Nice to meet you.
Hi. Kent. Nice to meet you.
Hi.
I'm Kent. I'm with
Hey, Luke, nice to meet you.
Hey, nice to meet
Great.
you.
Hi, I'm Kent.
Jamie.
Nice to meet you.
Jamie, good to meet you.
Robert, nice to meet you.
Good handshake.
Nice to
Hey,
meet you.
nice to meet you, sir.
Nice to meet you,
Great.
Jeff. Nice to meet you.
Great, nice to meet you. I'm Robert.
Hey, Robert.
Hi.
Hey,
Nice to meet you.
Robert.
Nice to meet you,
Jeff.
Chris.
Nice to meet you, Jeff. Hi. Pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I'm Chris.
Robert.
Oh, I see it now. Sorry.
So good afternoon, everybody. As I've just introduced myself, my name is Robert Morgan. And eco-friendly products and other biodegradable materials are becoming an ever-present norm in culture today. For example, people are generally becoming more aware of the detriments of plastic pollution and disposable culture as a whole, and embracing the concept of something that either degrades over time or that is reusable to the point where they're not constantly littering on our planet. With that being said,
We are Utensils for Earth Appreciation, or U4EA. I'm Diana Blazer, the CEO.
I'm Luke Kirkland, the CFO.
I'm Jamie Maga, CMO.
I'm Ledger Quorum, CMO.
and I am the CTO.
The problem that we are trying to tackle is a small portion of plastic pollution. Plastic pollution is the root of sea animal deaths today. This is because of how enforced disposable culture is on our generation. Enforcing disposable culture on our generation leads to waste management issues as a whole. Although it is sad that sea animals are dying because of this, they are not the only ones affected. In fact, everyone from the eldest adults to the youngest children are being affected. This is why families need to be more cautious and alert of this problem. With this being said, our solution is biodegradable utensils. This is our prototype. We will be 3D printing utensils and kitchen supplies, everything from forks, knives, spoons to plates and cups with wooden filament. And we will be embedding the designs. We will be embedding simplistic designs into the 3D prints.
In this eco-friendly cutlery industry, we find that our top 3 competitors are Plantware, Ecovita, and Phytoware. So, as U4EA, we know what our customers want. They want change. They want to see change in how we appreciate and care for our earth. And we are here to support them with our products composed of biodegradable materials. As for our social media, we have Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. We're fairly new to these platforms, but we're doing well so far. Next slide. And these are our first posts on each of those platforms. Now, Robert will go into our website.
So continuing on with our digital presence, we have not formalized a published website through WordPress, which will be our file hosting service of choice. But we have created a basic mock-up to kind of give you an idea of how we want our website layout to look. So as you'll see on the left, this is going to be the top portion of the website, and this is the bottom portion of the website. We provide sections throughout the website introducing our UVP, what sets us aside from other businesses that are producing similar products. In addition, we allow customers and potential clients to give us feedback or ask us questions through email. We provide a little bit about ourselves as a team and as people in general, and also include gallery and product shots.
And then our market size right now estimates our TAM is about 8 million buyers, and then our TAM revenue would be about 12 million. And then also looking at our TAM units is about 40.9 million. And if we size it down a little bit to specifically, that was California, and this is we're looking at Fresno for the biodegradable cutlery. Our SAM would be 12,000 buyers, and our SAM revenue would be 19,000, and then our SAM units would be 63,000.
So we have actually conducted a little bit of preliminary market testing, and just as a basic context, we originally were not going to dive into plates and cutlery. But however, after conducting the surveys, as you can see ever present in these results, people are very interested in biodegradable materials that can hold their drinks. So that is where we actually decided to expand a little bit and embrace the idea of 3D printing these cups and mugs as well. So this is a basic overview of our financial model. Some of the major costs that you can see on the left are our Bootstrap 3D printer. We actually do have this acquired, and that's what we have utilized to produce the prototype that we have passed around. But this is a very steep cost at approximately $4,000. In addition, we need biodegradable filament. That is a recurring cost, and we will discuss that a little bit later when undergoing our cost of goods sold. In addition, packaging materials and designs for both the utensils themselves and the materials need to be thought of and considered. Our revenue sources come from our plate sales, our cup sales, and our cutlery sales in general, as is expected. And then our profits, obviously, that is our revenue minus our costs. The highest impact is going to be our materials costs, because those are the recurring costs. However, the production and manufacturing costs are relatively low considered to some other outlets, so profits should be high. This is an overview of our business model canvas, which we use as a team to organize our thoughts, organize revenue streams, channels, how we're going to reach the public, and identifying some key points that we need to keep in mind constantly throughout the development and operation of our business.
And our startup costs would involve our 3D printer, of course, we said $4,000. And our initial filament cost is $60 per 2 spools. The 2 spools is the best deal we can get with that. And the initial domain cost is about $7.
Can you go back to that slide just
Yeah.
real quick?
Thank you.
Okay, and the initial domain cost, I'm sorry, is $6.99. That's for like.
That's for a 1 year
Okay.
contract.
GoDaddy.
What's that?
For domain costs, is that for GoDaddy?
No, through domain.com.
Domain.
Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, go ahead, I'm sorry.
You're okay.
And then continuing our cost of goods sold, biodegradable wood-based filament would be $30 per kilogram. And then also our zipped square bottom goose hat pouches would be $20 for 50 pouches. And our direct labor cost would be 20 cents per unit.
Can you go back again?
And then our selling, general, and administration. Domain costs would be $9 annually. And then our site hosting would be $275 monthly. And then our maintenance cost is subject to change. And then our employee salary would be $700 annually.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Any comments, questions, or concerns?
Thank you.
Well, kudos that I finally get to see actual product.
Yes,
We're your
that's what I was
first
gonna say.
prototype? Beat me to it.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So
Awesome.
that in and of itself,
There we go.
good job.
Thank
I loved it. Loved that I got to feel and hold and see something. So good job on
We can
that.
provide you with
Yeah.
Yeah, this.
We realize it's a little bit delicate.
I don't
right
care. I don't care.
now. It's there.
It's here.
here.
I get to see it.
Here we go.
I don't care if it wiggles. No, it's good. No, I like that.
Thank you.
So I had a couple things. Okay, so your 2 spools. But let's just go into here. So you got $29.99 per kilogram packaging and so forth. So what is the actual COG for this? How much does this cost? When I take all these numbers out, what does this cost me? It cost
So-
you to make?
This spoon, if my estimates are correct, and I am running off of approximations, this is about 15 grams of material.
Okay.
I would assume. So it's a very small percentage of the actual material we're purchasing. So we're looking at about 30 cents per
Okay.
unit.
This will be 30 cents.
Yes.
Okay, and how much are you selling this for?
We could mark it up to approximately 50 cents per unit. Obviously, we sell them in bulk because who buys singular spoons?
Yeah,
guys?
okay.
But if we up it to 50 cents per unit, that leads us to 20-cent profits for each unit sold.
Okay.
That is, of course, our entry point, so we're subject to changing that later in the future if it proves that the product is in high demand.
Yeah, but the problem is that your 20 cents is going to be eaten up with all the other expenses. So that's, so somehow you're going to have to figure out how to get this cost down.
Yeah.
And then I think you also got to figure out and through this, is what's the price point? I'm telling you, people love biodegradable.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm on board, electric cars and all that.
Yep.
But if it's going to cost me X amount of money, there's going to be a threshold where people won't pay it. We all have good intentions, but you got to figure out what that threshold is. Will people pay 50 cents, 75 cents, maybe 80 cents for this? Again, you got to find out what is your price point? What is people's threshold? So if you do, let's say you do an 8-pack, or let's just make a 10-pack. Okay. And it's $5 for 10, or $4.99. I mean, is that a good threshold? Can you go to 5? Can you go to 6? Can you go to 7? You're gonna have to figure out, because the reason I'm asking is your cost of goods and with only 20 cents, first of all, your employee annually, I'll hire anybody at $720 a year. Hey, come work for me. That ain't gonna happen. So that's my concern. You did have you have the 20 cents fulfillment costs. I still got to figure out who's going to package these. Somebody's got to put them in the in the bags and do all that kind of stuff. You're going to have to pay for that.
Right.
There's just a lot of costs, I think, that you got to figure out. I'm seeing negative right now. It's just too expensive.
Okay.
So either you're going to have to get your price point up and figure out whether your price point is going to be too high, or you got to figure out how to bring this down, or you're going to have to figure that out. So that's my,
The cost you said, is that for this size spoon?
Yeah, you said.
Yeah, with that amount of material.
Yeah, 30 cents.
Do you need a spoon this big?
No. So
I'm not gonna lie, I use
yeah.
this type of soup.
Yeah, no, I
I
understand.
try
Yeah.
I don't eat cereal with this or soup, so I'm thinking would that shrink the cost if you made the spoons a little
Yeah.
more like the
No, that
plastic?
brings the cost down. It's not a considerable amount if we were to do a 3/4 scale size
Yeah.
dilation, but
So that's a good start.
yeah.
But no, I agree. I think it's a great product. I do think there's a lot of competition for you guys, so you need to figure out a way to separate yourself. That's something about stylish designs and something to separate yourself. Because even if you're thinking of selling it to bulk, I'm thinking there's a lot of eco-friendly food trucks now that would want to use something like this rather than plastic,
look into that.
because they will. If you're eco-friendly, you're using plastic forks that defeats purpose. But
Right.
so how can you make sure that they buy your product rather than the other three listed, just to separate yourselves? And then I also think I saw the pouches were $20 for 50 pouches.
Yes.
Do you need to use a pouch to distribute these, or is there an easier way to get these?
So the appeal with those pouches is that the vendor we're sourcing those from, that's also an eco-friendly product. So that's kind of keeping with the theme versus
Yeah,
using
makes
traditional
sense.
packaging material.
Sure.
Obviously, if we were to look into producing that material ourselves or somehow finding a way to find a cheaper vendor, that could potentially bring the cost down.
But no, I think it's a good idea.
That's right. I loved having the visual,
So you
the
don't have to-
hands-on
You
visual.
gotta use
Yeah, isn't it cool?
If you're in a crowd, you gotta have the spoons.
Yeah.
Oh, I have to hold.
Yeah,
the
it doesn't take
spoon.
much for us to get excited, that's for sure.
This just adds so much to be
Yeah.
able to actually see your idea come to life right here.
Yeah.
So, great job.
Thank you.
Oh, I have some suggestions because we have a lot of 3D printers at the pie shop. How long? First off, I already know. I pretty much know how long this took to make. How long did it take the 3D printer to make that?
That was a 37-minute print.
That's a long time. 37 minutes for one spoon.
Yeah.
Why not mold injection?
We haven't really looked into mold injection technology very much.
Would it work with bio?
That's my next question. Why just wood?
So the wood filament that we've been looking into, that originally we were going to go with hemp-based products. We found that is also another biodegradable option, and the combination with the PLA plastic just kind of adds to its eco-friendly appeal. But we found that wood filament, that base, is actually cheaper than the hemp filament, so we decided to go that route just because it seemed to be one of the cheaper biodegradable options presented to us.
You have a lot of competitors using potatoes. right?
Yeah, or
Potato-based
corn.
Or
technology.
corn.
Yeah.
So,
I've definitely heard about that.
and they're also biodegradable. Do you know the degeneration rate of this product?
I do not.
Okay, because corn and potatoes are very quick, but wood stays around for a pretty long time. It's still better than plastic, of course. But what my main concern is, if it takes 37 minutes to print this, that's a long time.
Yeah.
So how are you going to keep up with the production and demand?
So the print process, when we were preparing this prototype, there's a couple things that went into that. First of all, we did not utilize the entire surface area of the print base, which means we could potentially print out anywhere from 5 utensils to 10 at a time, depending on how we arrange them and their scale. In addition, we are experiencing some technical difficulties with the printer we used to print this, where we had to reposition the print file itself in order to accommodate some base plate issues. Removing those issues and accommodations, we can potentially print a very high quantity.
Okay. I mean, I love that you did bring that product. Thank you so much. I was waiting for someone to give me something, so you made my day. Thank you.
Thank you.
But yeah, I would just think about the turnaround time for selling these spoons. I mean, or these utensils, because that's a long time to wait around for one biodegradable spoon. So look into other materials.
Okay.
Potato, corn, still do that, and it's a lot cheaper too. Wood's kind of expensive. It just is.
Yeah, no, it's completely appreciate that. Thank you. Anything else, you guys?
Thank you guys.
Thank you. We really do appreciate it.
Yeah.